This is where a voicemail would go if Steven was doing the episode. But Steven's not doing the episode. I don't know where this voice came from. It's really me. If you couldn't tell, it's me, Jared. Steven is using some vacation time this week to go do whatever Steven does. He's probably cutting his lawn, probably playing with his grass or something along those lines. And I tried to reach out to Vanessa Joy, but she's busy teaching all day today, so she's not available to talk, which means you're stuck with me. And no, this isn't a Daily Fro. Those are different types of audio that I create where it's just me talking about random things that I wouldn't talk about with Steven. And if you didn't know about Daily Fro, you could see those in your feed in between the RAWtalks. RAWtalks are titled RAWtalk, and Daily Fros are titled Daily Fro. By the way, I need some feedback on that. I don't get a lot of feedback from podcasts because it's not like YouTube where there's comments or Instagram where there's a lot of comments. You just don't get the interaction. So I have no idea if people enjoy the change of pace, enjoy another piece of audio that's probably 7 to 15 or 20 minutes, depending on how long I rant. So if you could text me 313-710-9729 and give me your thoughts on that, or just like, I enjoy it, I don't enjoy it, I won't listen to it, I will listen to it. I'm just trying to get some feedback. If you are out of the country, you're not in the United States, you can't text me because it's only for the United States, I believe. Find another way. You could leave a message on the YouTube channel where we do put up this audio only. We don't put it up as video, so you can go ahead and put your message there in the comments, and I'll be able to just get your feedback. So please do that. I will continue to do Daily Fros. I just don't know how often. It all depends. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to burden you guys with too much. But honestly, when I did it a bunch of years ago, I mean, it was 2018 at this point because I was with my ex, or maybe it was 2019 when we went to Paris. I don't remember when it was. Maybe it was 2019 because everything shut down in 2020. So it was 2019. But I was still doing Daily Fro in Paris every day. And it was something like 280 some episodes. I almost did it every single day. And then I got bored of it. But it was doing good. A lot of people were listening. So you just go in spurts, right? If you don't overdo it, then maybe it's still something that I could continue to do. Anyway, like I said, Steven is off on vacation today and tomorrow. So he's getting a long weekend going, 4 days, and just relaxing and doing his own thing. That's why I'm here. And I tried to get some people to fill in, but they weren't fillable. Steven's shoes are hard to fill. Not really, but they're hard to fill. So today, going to talk about the bowling tournament I filmed and who was there, special A-lister. We got what I'm doing tomorrow, prepping for Build in New York City, where I'll be speaking. That's B&H's event. We're absolutely talking about the Sony 50-150 today because the review is out. It has done very well in terms of views and comments and reaction to it. And I want to talk more in depth about it because there were some questions that people brought up. That lens versus the 35-150 Tamron, and to me, I don't even think it's a comparison. But Steven would say it's a comparison because he and I discussed it, but he's not here, so I'm going to talk about it. Let's talk about the bowling tournament. I was at the Tournament of Champions, which takes place in Fair Lawn, Ohio, at Riviera Lanes, or as they say, famous Riviera Lanes, where the Firestone Classic used to be held and all the different PBA events. I think the PBA started in 1956 or so. And as many of you guys know, I'm working on a show. I am an executive producer on it, and we still haven't given the information on where it's going to land. It has sold, but that's still under wraps, and I have no control over announcing that. I will share it with you as soon as it goes public. As soon as it goes public, I will share it with you. But I've been doing a lot of second shooting as well as producing on the ground. There's a lot of work that goes into putting this stuff together. Coordinating with the athletes is one of them, but also logistics for hotels and logistics for finding PAs, which are personal assistants or audio people or other shooters. It's all necessary. And you see how quickly budgets can get burnt. Very quickly. And when you spend a budget in one place, that means it's going to get cut from another place. And it's just the nature of the beast. And this was our last tournament to film before we basically start editing. I mean, editing should be starting either this week. I don't even know what today is, Thursday. I think it might have started this week, right? I think it I think it's starting this week or next week, where people will start diving into the footage. We'll start figuring out what the show is in terms of storyline, which we know we have a lot of stories, but it's then putting it together and finding what is there and then having an editor do their thing and make it look good. So I will tell you, I am not a second shooter. I can do it, but I don't like being told what to do. And a lot of the times, a second shooter, someone's in your ear being like, do this, do that, find this, find that. And every once in a while, it's fine, right? It's fine to be like, look over here, or don't forget this, or check this. Could you follow this? But sometimes it just wears on you day after day when someone's telling you what to do. And I just want to focus on doing what I want to do. So in an ideal world, if we do get a season 2, we have at least 2 A cameras. I consider myself, I'm capable, but I'm not the verite float around guy that's just going to be shooting video the whole time. So ideally we would have 2 shooters, 2 sound people, 2 producers, just something along those lines, right? Or a producer on the and me. So maybe 1 producer, and then of course me as an executive producer / video / photography. I can do it all. And I want to do more photography out there. And I did get to do some photography on the last day when they were doing interviews, because they set up 2 cameras for the interviews. Oh, and I also secretly took the Sony 50-150 with no permission. I mean, I asked, but I never got an answer. So I took that as, do whatever you want, Jared, because the world's your oyster. So why not take the 50-150? Because it came in handy on the Sony cameras that we're shooting with. It's a really good option. We actually used it on our A-list celebrity who showed up to the bowling. Who showed up to bowling, everybody? None other than Ben Stiller, Mr. Blue Steel himself. Mr. Innie and Outie, which, I don't even think about Severance when Ben Stiller shows up. I think about everything but that, really, to be honest with you. I think of all the older stuff. I actually liked, Heavyweights was good, old movie. I like the one where he plays a rabbi. Ben Stiller rabbi movie. Is it Holier Than Thou? Holy Roller. Oh, wait. Oh, it's called Keeping the Faith. It just came up. That was from 2000. Holy Jesus. 2000 that movie came out. That is insane. That was a really good. I like that movie. I thought it was good, but that's, I guess, the comedies that we would get pre 9/11. And then when 9/11 hit, the comedies kind of went away for a while. But yeah, Ben Stiller came out to the Tournament of Champions, and there's a Reddit thread that I read. They were trying to figure this out, and the Reddit thread is Zoolander for bowling incoming ? And it's Ben Stiller sitting next to the PBA commissioner. Count it. Per Brooklyn Rob from Somebody podcast, Ben is involved in a series that they've been working on this season. And let's see, other comments. Dodgeball-style bowling movie with a family-owned Average Joe's bowling alley being bought out by a Globo Gym Bolero incoming. A comedy about bowling by Ben Stiller would be very funny. Maybe it will be done in the Cable Guy style. It should be noted that Ben Stiller is left-handed. Yes, he is. We already got the dodgeball film. Now it's time for bowling. Picture this. Ben Stiller is a washed-up pro bowler with a bad attitude, tight wrist brace, and even tighter pants, forced to coach a ragtag team of underdogs to take down the reigning alley champs. And then someone's like, I don't think it can get any better than Kingpin. Yeah, Kingpin is pretty awesome. And then that is so rad. I wonder why he's there next to the commissioner, no less. And someone says they've been working on a documentary-style program like Hard Knocks or Drive to Survive. I wonder if he's involved. And then it says they mentioned something's in works. Hope they divulge more soon. I'd love to divulge more soon. But yeah, I can confirm that Ben Stiller was in the house. And I can confirm I did talk to Ben Stiller. I could also confirm that when we were talking and the conversation stopped, I'm pretty sure he blue steeled me. I'm pretty sure the look I got was blue steel, but it's just natural. It's just natural. I think that's just his face. Super nice guy. We talked a little photography. We talked a little bit about my 4x5 project because I know he's into baseball. And what's awesome is when you talk to a guy like that, you do not need to beat around the bush or dumb down your talking about camera stuff because he knows it all, right? That's the cool part. He knows lenses, he knows cameras, he knows apertures and shutter speeds. You don't need to talk about it. And so, or you don't need to educate someone, which is awesome. So I can confirm that he is a really nice guy, and hopefully we will know more about what he might be involved in at a later date. And I will share that information if information does become available. And that is the best that I can tell you right meow, because that's the best I can tell you right meow. But the tournament was fun. I ended up on TV quite often, and I get yelled at. Every time I end up on TV in the background, I have one of the people come up to me and be like, Jared, you're in the background again. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, what? Okay, I'm in the background again. I'm on TV. Oh, look at me. I'm on TV, everybody. I watched the playback, and I was on there a hell of a lot more than I expected. What I need to do next time is I need to get the production truck on the line, on the phone, before bowling starts. So I can be like, okay, if I stand here, am I fine? If I stand here, am I fine? That way, they don't have to get upset with me because I'm not wearing black. Because even if I wore black, you're still going to see me show up. But that's what I need to do. I need to find out where the cameras are pointing. Because honestly, if you saw me sneaking down low, I thought staying low was going to keep me off the camera, when in fact, if I stayed up high, you wouldn't have seen me. So that was my misjudging of that entire situation. I didn't get in trouble really, but next time I will talk to the production truck to get on the same page. But that wouldn't be till next year anyway, if we have another season of the thing that I've been working on, the document to bowling. You know what I'm talking about. I've been producing a show. You know that. So moving on. Next week, or in a couple, like 10 days, May 7th or so, is that 10 days? Let's see, 24, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29. Is there only 30 days in May? I do not know how many days. My dad, or people are like, yeah, just this many May. And what is it? Let me see. How many days in each month saying? How many days in each month saying for kids? The common saying to remember how many days are in each month is 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except February, which has 28 days. Clear and 29 in That's stupid. That can't be right. No, it has to be better than that. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. It should be May. When short, oh my God. I don't get these nursery rhymes. Oh my God, now they're showing a fist? January, February, I don't know. Fuck this fist. I can't fit the teacher's corner. I hate it. I couldn't spell February. I couldn't spell Wednesday until last year. True story. I finally bared down and was like, Wednesday. So wedding, Nintendo Entertainment System, and day. WEDNESDAY. But don't ask me how to spell restaurant. RESTAURANT. Did I spell it right? RESTAURANT. I think I spelled it right for the first time in my life. Wow. I've never spelled restaurant right. RESTAURANT. Holy shit. I always spell it restraint or some other thing because I don't know how to spell. It's not my fault. It's my mom's fault. She didn't teach me how to spell. She tried. She tried by telling me to phonetically sound everything out and then telling me that, well, you did sound it out. What's it sound like? Well, vacuum, right? We did this before, but I would sound it out and then I'd spell it and she'd be like, well, that's one of those words. And then I'd spell another word. I'd be like, but that's another one of those words. And then I'd spell another one. That's another word. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Anyway, back to the story here is the Truist golf event, a PGA golf event is coming to Philly area, PGA Truist. I want to read the information about it. Truist Championship PGA Tour from the 7th to the 11th. A star-studded field announced for Creator Classic. Oh, there's a Creator Classic is on Wednesday, May 7th. I'll be there because MKBHD is going to be there. So there's a bunch of different people that are coming out. Why does it have... Oh, yeah. Thomas Master Champion Roy McIlroy commits to Truist. Cool. So Roy McIlroy will be there. Justin Thomas will be there. It seems like a lot of people will be there. What I can tell you is that it's not in Philadelphia. I mean, it says Philadelphia, but it's at the Philadelphia Cricket Club. The Philadelphia Cricket Club is an old, like 1800s established boys club, but it's not anymore, because it has everything there. It's a nice place. But that's out of the city. That's going to take me 45 to 50 minutes to get there because it's out in the boonies. Let me see. Where is the cricket club? Philadelphia Cricket Club. Philadelphia, Philadlpaa Cricket Club. Philadelphia Cricket Club is, let's get directions, where they have golf. That one's, it says 34 minutes, but that's to the one. I have to go to the one where the golf is played, I guess at Millhouse Course. Let's see the directions there. 46 minutes. So it's not at the cricket club itself, but it's at this Millhouse, from The Simpsons, golf place. Anyway, when I photographed or was at the Arnold Palmer Invitational because Junior was down there and I went and tested the 300 to 600, somebody came up to me from the PGA who's a creator there, a photographer, and does video on the course and was like, I love your stuff. He's like, we'd love to have you out more. We do have one coming to Philly shortly. Would you like to shoot it? And I was like, yeah, I'd like to shoot that. Why not? Why don't we do something like that? So I've been in touch with the right people, and I am going to go out to the course tomorrow. Now, my pitch is I'm using the 4x5. I want to use the 4x5 because it's unique and different. Anybody can take a mirrorless camera out there and bang out 120 frames per second and get the best golfers in the world. Not everybody can take a 4x5 out there and go and walk the course with that and get what I hope to be good shots. So I'm going out tomorrow morning early to go out onto the course, to see the grounds crew, to get to take some sample images. I may take 6, I may take 12. I don't want to take more than that, but I do want to see different angles and different frames for potentially getting portraits of some of the golfers, for potentially setting up during drives, right? I want to find the most scenic holes and then tell the best story of an event with a 4x5 that I can. And that I would do in collaboration with, not partnership, not being paid. This isn't Junior going to the Masters and getting paid to shoot it. I would be doing my own thing, but maybe the PGA will have some social media people posting about what I'm doing. And when I'm making these phone calls and I'm talking to people, right, because they want to know more information about what you're going to do, I make it abundantly clear. Oh, I made it abundantly clear this time that this isn't something that I will be turning around in a matter of hours. These are 4x5s. I have to take them home and I have to process them. They then have to hang and dry, and then I have to scan them. So, I will do my best to get everything processed maybe the day of, and then get it hanged, then go to dinner, then come back and get some scans in. That might be what I end up doing. But tomorrow I'm going to go out on the course because I want to get those tests done. And having the grounds crew out there between 6 and 9 a.m. is going to be cool because grounds crews are cool. I need subjects in my images. And so I have my 4x5. I have my Aero Ektar lens. I'm going to be taking 100 speed film. My light meter is on my phone. And I'm going to bring Steven on one of the days, or maybe more, because I want him to come out and make some sort of behind the scenes video. Now, I'm thinking, instead of having him with me for like 4 days and then doing it like a reality show, have him come out, have him get cinematic B-roll of me walking the course, have him get golfing cinematic B-roll, have him just anything that's going to allow me to do, say, a scripted video talking about being behind the scenes and what I captured at this PGA event. My goal is to do something really unique and cool, and I'm choosing black and white because I just feel that I won't be happy with color. Why won't I be happy with color? Because it just looks like a regular picture, only on a 4x5 and done bigger. Yeah, the color of the background could be kind of cool, but I want to stick to my guns of the old school feel. I'm using a 1940s type camera. The course is meant to be old. I mean, it's not an old course. It's a nice course. I thought it was somewhere else. I thought it was at the cricket club itself, but I'm wrong. It's local But hey, you could buy tickets to come out. And I believe Wednesday they have, read more. Star-studded field team format announced for Creator Classic at Philly Cricket presented by YouTube. On-site fans, viewers to witness 9-hole competition featuring celebrities and content creators on Wednesday, May 7th. So let's see who these celebrities and creators are. Fan favorite golf content creators are set to tee off alongside popular YouTube stars for the Creator Classic at Philly Cricket presented by YouTube. The second of 3 in the season-long Creator Classic series presented by YouTube that began in March at TPC Sawgrass. The team event open to Truist Championship Wednesday ticket holders will be broadcast on PGA Tour's YouTube channel and several other media platforms. The 9-hole... Oh, you're going to see me on there. You're going to see me on there May 7th. On the eve of the event, 8 of the most prominent golf creators will team up with 4 well-known YouTube creators to take on the Wissahickon course, facing the same course conditions as the pros to compete for the Creator Classic at Philly Cricket title. The tournament will consist of 4 3-person teams, each featuring 1 YouTube creator and 2 golf creators competing. Golf creators are now huge on YouTube. It's like people skyrocketed to millions of subscribers because of golf, competing on number 10 through 17 in an alternate shot gross score format. After conclusion of play, 2 top teams will advance to the par 4 18th hole for a sudden death playoff. Grouping and tee times will be announced the day before the event. The field includes Matthew Nadeshot Haig, who I don't know. It says 8-time Call of Duty world champion and founder of esports organization 100 Thieves. Are they still in business? They receive so much money that I don't know if they're still in business. Are they still in business? Because they were traded publicly. I don't know. Oh, maybe they are big. Maybe they continue to be big. I don't know. I'll have to find out. Influencer Marquez Brownlee, aka MKBHD, who has previously detailed PGA Tour tech for his subscribers. Tyler Toney of Dude Perfect. Dude, let's go. Oh, come on. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Who makes his return to the series after appearing in the inaugural event in Atlanta. And Josh Richards of the BFFs podcast. Oh, really? Josh Richards? They still have that as a podcast? Teaming up with YouTube creators are the 3 golf content creators returning from the original event. Paige Sporanic, Good Golf's Brad Dalkey, and Sean Walsh, plus new participation Sabrina Andolfo from Golf Girl Games. Eric Andres Lang of Random Golf Club, blah, 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 blah. I read enough for you. I read enough of you. Wait, what's it say? Similar to Creator Classic at the TPC Sawgrass, the competition will be streamed live to PGA Tour's YouTube channel as well as ESPN Plus, Peacock, and PGA Tour channel on Pluto TV, Roku, Samsung TV Plus, Prime Video, Fire TV, Tubi, Zumo Play, I don't know what that is, and LG channels. Across all social platforms, the Creator Classic at TPC Sawgrass reached 55 million users, delving 90 million total impressions, including 16 million video views. I hate the word how many impressions something gets. That is the most meaningless stat ever. It's like Facebook. Oh, your thing made 8 billion impressions, but you got no comments on it. Anyway, so I guess I'll be seeing MKBHD there. I'm going to walk the course. I'll get all the information. I don't know. Should I have Steven there that day? I don't know. I need to have Steven there on one of the days to just get cool B-roll of golfers, pro golfers, and just me, right? Me walking down the fairway in 120 frames per second. Just get some cool shit, and then I will put together something. Maybe it doesn't need to be a documentary behind the scenes. I mean, I would love that. But the problem is you film this stuff, and then it's impossible to ever get it edited because we don't have separate editors. We've got Dan, we got Steven. And if you have them work on something for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks, that's taking away from all the other stuff. Though on the flip side, I always wonder what would happen if I only did 1 video a month, focused on that, or hired somebody that would be their focus is to just get out 1 TVS style piece of content a month. It's the problem is finding editors to do that. I wonder if I could. I know people now. I'm gonna make a note. I'm gonna make a note here. Jared's making a note. is it possible to find an editor to do one episode something a month for YouTube? And then I'd have to shoot it and figure out what it is. But I would love to do a piece of cool episodic content. It's very similar to what we did with the Frono's Photo Show, but not exactly that. That's not exactly what I fully want to do. So yeah, I'm going to go out there with the 4x5 to tell the best story possible with the ultimate goal of, shooting the Masters 4x5. You just got to find something different, right? So I got to attempt to come up with some interesting ideas and just try, and not undershoot, meaning, oh, this could be interesting, but don't take it. I got to try some things. I got to use what I've learned from the baseball photos 4x5 to hopefully help me out with this. This is a little different. So, I know they'll be teeing off and those shots become easy, but is there a place where they're on the green where, I got ideas. Can I get elevated? And this is where I'm going to be using the Potato Jet tripod. I will be taking a backup tripod just in case, but the Potato Jet tripod is the one where you can quickly raise and lower. Do I need to bring something to put my head under? Do I need a cloth? Man, it would be so awesome to have an assistant so I could hold this and do the cloth. There's so much involved with this. I will probably bring the cloth just in case. Let me make a note. Bring the cloth for 4x5. So I don't fuck it up, right? Well, whatever. I don't know how many I'm going to shoot. I know that I have enough holders for, probably 30, 40 sheets, 28 sheets, 29 sheets. So I'm going to load all of that. And then when I take a break, I will offload this stuff that I already shot. I'll be bringing my dark bag because I have to bring my dark bag, my dark box. I need to get a different dark box for traveling, one that breaks down with sticks so that I could build it and not just, because when I fold it up, it's round or it's cylindrical. It's flat, really flat, but then it still takes up room. It can't fit in my bag, in the think tank bag. And then they count it as a third item. And then they yell at you on the plane because you can't bring that. Even though I've done it to Chicago, they didn't give me shit. I got to figure it out. I wonder if there is a box I could have that, because a dark bag with a 4x5 is kind of terrible. If anybody's ever done 4x5, having a dark bag doesn't work as well because you need more room. You just need more room for your hands. So yeah, there's that. Now let's move on to build. We're going to talk about build right now. Last year was the first time that B&H did a conference called Build, and it was free for anybody to attend. It was a 2-day conference in New York City. Very similar to what Photo Plus was, except for it was much smaller in terms of the show floor, but they had so many different speakers for people to go learn from. And that's pretty cool that it's free. Now, it's free for you, but it's absolutely costing companies a lot of money. The Nikons, the Canons, the Sonys, the Lexars, the ProGrade Digitals, the Sigmas, Tamrons, everyone is there. They kind of have to be there. They're kind of like, well, B&H is doing this. B&H is very important to the industry, so we got to spend this money and be in the budget to do it. Good news is I'm speaking. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that yet, but I am speaking. I think I'm speaking on the second day of the event. And I spoke last year, and if anybody remembers my speech last year, it was very emotional. I talked about the photo story of my mom. I talked about that story. And so this year I have to come up with something different, which isn't always easy. Oh, and they want me to give them what the title is by now? And I don't know the title. I forgot. I'm supposed to give them that. I just remembered that right now. But they want to know what the title is, what the description is. I don't know. I don't make this stuff up till the day before. But I have an idea, right? The idea that I have is around, should you work for free? Or I might call it the power of personal photo projects. I don't know what I called it last year. I think I left them in the dark about what I was doing last year and just said, Frono's. What did I call it? Let me Google it. Fro knows photo speaks at build. Speaks at build. What was it called? Fro knows speaks at build. Doesn't have a direct match. Oh, okay. Thanks, AI. Thanks, build conference. Fro knows photo uncensored. I called it Fro uncensored because I didn't have. It's funny. The one that I joked and sent them this year because I didn't do anything yet was Fro untitled. I think I might just do that again and leave people in the lurch not knowing. But I really think the idea that I want to talk about is personal projects. And a lot of that comes with working for free. And there's been the old idea that you never work for free. There's been photographers who say you just devalue everything if you work for free. And you know what? You need to look out for yourself. And if that works for you, you can't worry that it's boning someone else. I know a lot of people who only get paid to do shoots. And then on the flip side, I don't get paid to do a lot of shoots, but I generate revenue elsewhere. And I'm not taking away a gig from someone else, in my opinion. Also, I do get paid for certain things when it comes to shooting. It just happens after I did some of the stuff that I choose to do for free, because it not only opens that door, but allows me to slip way into it and be on an intimate level with some of the people that make the decisions, which then leads to me doing this work because now I have access. And then after that, they see the work that I do. And when it comes to something that they want to buy, or they want some of the work that I already did, well, then they buy it. So there's a lot to go into this. So obviously I have to flesh it out. And I also want to talk about my new book, which is coming out when I'm there. I want to showcase my favorite images. And I mean, most of that stuff I wasn't getting paid to do it. Honestly, I wasn't getting paid. I mean, when Rolling Stone would send me somewhere, I would get paid like $250. Not like you're making a living doing it. So I shot all the shows, paid my own way, drove there. I mean, paid for gas, paid for parking, and paid for film, paid for developing, processing, and didn't even think about it, honestly. Didn't even think about not getting paid. It was just what I was doing. I mean, you got to shoot. The moral of the story really is if you sit on your ass all the time waiting to do photo shoots, they're not going to happen. If you just go do something, something's going to happen. I can't tell you whether it's going to be successful or whether it's going to work or whether it's not going to work, but you need to at least go do something. And that's where the personal project comes in. I'm not going to give it all away now because honestly, I haven't written it. I'm just talking it out. But it really comes down to getting out there and doing. Actually doing. And when there's something that you want to photograph or you're into something and you turn it into a photo story because you're working alongside an organization, you are opening a door to the potential to getting paid in the future. On the flip side, you have to be very smart about what you choose to do and don't choose to do. The reason being is if someone is trying to take advantage of you and you feel that, then don't work for them. If they tell you that, oh, this is going to be so lucrative in the future, if you just give me this first one, I will make sure we get you next time. And you're like, nah, you take care of me this time, and then we can talk about next time if there is a next time. And sometimes people are just bullshit looking for free shit. You just have to suss that out. But when I'm talking about personal projects, I'm talking about an idea that you have that you want to execute and you want to photograph. You go make it happen. And when you go make it happen, of course, you're not going to ask them to pay you to do it because it's your idea of something you want to try. But you can photograph the things that you want to photograph. And then in the future, those people that you photographed might need the images that you did and might come along and be like, I'd like to buy this for advertising. I'd like to buy this for a book. That's a good thing. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go in much more detail at Build. I should probably Google when B&H Build is. Let's see, B&H. When is Build, everybody? Because it would be helpful. I don't even know when I'm supposed to promote this. Build Expo 2025, presented by B&H, June 17th and 18th at the Jacob Javits Center in New York City. I don't know if it's called Jacob Javits anymore. It's just the Javits Center is what it says. It says, calling all creatives. Join us for New York City's largest event for photographers, content creators, and filmmakers. And it is free. It's in 53 days. Speakers, gear, deals, and more. Presentations. Oh, well, let's see. What kind of presentations are there? I see. I want to see all speakers. Am I on the list? Keynote speaker, Christina Mittermeier. Let's see. Christina Mittermeier is a renowned conservationalist and photographer who believes powerful visual storytelling. I wonder what they wrote about me last year. Filmmaking, Shuang Hu will be there. Scott Kelby, Drex Lee. I don't know who Drex Lee is. Thandawi Moriu, Alex Stempleluski. I don't know why I'm not listed up there. Ooh, who's content creator? Cassandra Bankson. I'll be looking for a date from someone. Cassandra Bankson is a YouTube creator and skincare expert with over 2 million subscribers and 14 years in the beauty industry as a pioneer in influencer marketing. Let me look at her YouTube. Oh boy. Oh. I always say oh boy because I'm like, okay, she's got 2.4 million subscribers, and then you're like, 5 months ago was her last video, and it got 30,000 views. 7 months ago, her video before that was 41,000. 8 months, 47, 32,000, 21,000, 127,000, 9 months. It's like, did she stop making videos yet she's going to go speak? I don't understand this stuff sometimes. I'm very, let's go to the Instagram. I'm not ripping on this person. I don't understand, like, you're a social media influencer expert and extraordinaire, former runway model. Today, she's a social media powerhouse who provides education and entertainment through uplifting science-backed skincare content while also driving sales and empowering her highly engaged community. Well, it's not highly engaged on YouTube, I'll tell you that much. Let's see. What's her Instagram have? 232,000 followers on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, it's not highly engaged in my opinion. It's just so interesting. It's so interesting to decide, not to decide, but you see certain numbers and you're like, that can't be right. Or not that it's not right, but let's see what TikTok, her following on TikTok, 438,000 followers, 2.7 million, 2,800 views, 3,200 views, 1,600 views. Yeah, it's like, I'm not ripping on the person. I'm literally just pointing out facts. The numbers are weird. I just find those numbers to be weird. I don't know who that person is. But why am I not on this list? Wait, who's this person? Lindsay Adario, photojournalist. Anna Bant. Dave Cross. It seems like they're going deep into the content creation world. I wonder if I'm speaking. Jordan Drake. Jordan Drake is speaking, everybody. Gabriella is speaking. I met her before at a Sony event. Jean Fruth, she's speaking. I should be on the list. Maybe they're hiding me and they want to announce it later. Susan Mango. Don't know who that. Oh, Chris Nichols is speaking. Whoop-de-doo. Jared Frono's photo Polin. Well, that's not how I introduce myself. I didn't do that. Wait, I'm speaking under content creation, not photography? Where do they come up with this shit? I'm going to have to make a note. Jared Polin, better known as Frono's Photo, is a photographer and content creator. His goal since day one. There's no way I wrote this in third person. I 100% wrote it the other way, and then they changed it on me. Whatever. I'll be speaking at Build. I don't know what days yet. Shit. No, Steven's not here to keep me on track. Let's talk about the Sony 50-150 f2. What a unique, revolutionary, surprising lens that they came out with. The review has done very well. Really nice feedback, nice comments. Not all are nice, obviously. But it is a beautiful lens. Is it a little chody? Yeah. Is it heavy? No. Does it have a nice throw? Yeah. Is it overpriced? Well, that depends on who you ask. I don't feel that it's overpriced. I mean, I saw a comment like, oh, it's really $3,500, but a 10% tariff brings it up to $3,899. I don't know if that's true. That could be true, but I don't know what the price, no one knows what the internal pricing is. So maybe it's possible that is with the built-in tariff. But even at $3,899, I mean, at $3,500, it's an even better price because the 70-200 is $2,800. So this lens to me replaces a lot of options. It doesn't replace a 51.2 in my opinion, but it could replace a 50, an 85, a 105, a 135, and a 70-200 in one fell swoop. Is the 200 longer? Of course it's longer. And I show the difference in side-by-side with a side-by-side comparison in the review that I put up on YouTube. You can see the difference between 150 and 200. It's substantial. It does make a big difference. That 200 millimeters, that extra 50 millimeters makes a big difference. But quality-wise, this is an incredibly gorgeous, beautiful lens. Fast focusing beyond belief. Everything about that is great. So it is a beautiful lens. Do you sell your 135 1.8? Well, the answer is I mean, I don't buy a 135 1.8 at this point. If you already own it, it's a little more difficult to say that you should sell it. But I would consider, personally, dumping a 70 to 200 and a 135 in favor of a 50 to 150. And just, I will do without the 200, the extra 50 millimeters. Because I could just think about a wedding photographer. Just think about it. A 28 to 70 and a 50 to 150. If they had those two lenses plus a 12 to 24 2.8 or a 14 to 24 Sigma 2.8, they are literally covering everything they need to do. Everything for portraits, everything for action, everything for the wide shot, everything for group shots. You are covering it with those two lenses. The biggest question comes when people say, but Tamron has a 35 to 150. Yes, Tamron has a 35 to 150. I did buy it. It's less expensive at like $1,800. I think it's $1,800. Let me pull it up right now. Tamron 35 to 150 is currently $1,700. Yeah, $1,700, right around $1,700. So yeah, it's a lot less expensive. But if you're looking for the best of the best quality with Honor Sir, you are not going to beat the Sony native lens. The Tamron is fine, but I did find that the sharpness was not the best. I know people are like, have you updated the firmware to see if it's better? It's not even about the focus. It's about critical sharpness, where it's clearly sharp, like it's clearly in focus, but it's not super duper sharp. It's like it's in focus. It's right there. It's where it needs to be, but there's a softness element to that lens. But it's also not a $3,900 lens. It's a $1,600, $1,700 lens. So you have to take all that into consideration when you're making a decision. If you're not a full-time working pro and you don't have the cash, obviously the 50 to 150 isn't for you. If you are a full-time working pro and you have the cash and you think that this range is going to help you and make your job better, then 100%, I would absolutely have already pre-ordered this lens as soon as they turn pre-orders on. No doubt in my mind. Fantastic, tremendous, unbelievable lens that I hope Canon has an answer to. Because what could Canon do? I mean, a rumor I heard was like an 80 to 150 f2, but that would be like, well, Sony has a 50 to 150. How can you come out with an 80 to 150? Would I use it? Of course. I mean, it kind of makes sense, 80 to 150, because the 70, the 28 to 70 goes 28 to 70, but I don't care about the overlapping thing. People talk about overlap. They're like, the 28 to 70 overlaps with the 50 to 150. And sometimes you're never going to go beyond 70. And then you want to go wider than 50. So who cares if there's a little bit of overlap? It's not like you're shooting both lenses at the same exact time. You have to make the change. And I would, overlap doesn't bother me at all. So I think the Tamron is fine. That's a lens that you get when, look, you have $1,800 to spend, $1,600, $1,700 to spend, and you want everything from a 35 to a 150. I mean, that's covering the 35, the 50, the 85, the 105, the 135, and of course the 150 range. It is a tremendous range. If Canon was to have like a 35 to 150 f2, I mean, it would be way bigger than what Canon has done, because way bigger than what Sony has done. Sony has a way of shrinking things and making them smaller, but still reliable. Extremely fast focusing, going to be good for video too, as long as you have stabilization somewhere, because it doesn't have image stabilization built in. That's my take on it. I mean, it's so hard. Like, I see people do reviews and they're like, the background bokeh is not as creamy as I expected it to be. Really? The background bokeh is not as creamy as you expected it to be? Who fucking cares? No one in their right mind is looking at these pictures in the real world and being like, ooh, it's cat's eye. I just think that's overinflated what people worry about when it comes to images or quality or certain things. Just background, like certain things they just overthink about. Like, oh yeah, the bokeh swirly. I don't like swirls. Right? That's just some of the dumb stuff that people talk about that I don't even want to talk about. I want to show you sample images from the real world, which in essence are real images. I mean, any image is a real image because you go out and do it. But when I'm taking this damn thing to a Phillies game or using it pre-game, that's real world. That's a real world situation. And not just going out back and kicking some rocks and calling it a day and taking pictures that way. I got to tell you, it's pretty hard to carry a show yourself sometimes. I had to take a quick break because I find myself yawning and getting tired from all. You know why? I discovered why. Because I'm not getting enough oxygen. Because I'm talking so much and I don't have a chance to breathe that I get tired and a little lightheaded from hearing myself talk. Steven will say that I, for some reason, feel like I need to fill every hole. No, sorry, not that hole, but fill every hole. Like, don't leave a break in the video or in the audio. So that's why I constantly am moving, and that is the explanation. I'm not getting enough oxygen. That makes sense because I'm talking so much. I just need to stop and breathe and stop and breathe. Are you buying a 50 to 150? I've gotten messages from all types of photographers that have been like, just pre-ordered mine, or it's not for me, I prefer the 70 to 200, or it's slightly too big and I still need to carry other stuff around. Well, we'll see, right? We'll see how people utilize it in the real world situations that they use it in. My favorite thing about it is just the uniqueness of an f2, a zoom f2. It's better than a 2.8 in my opinion. Is it that far off from a 2.8? No, not particularly. But it does have a look. It does have a feel. And yes, 1.2s have another feel. But maybe Canon's going to come out with maybe they come out with an 80 to 150 1.8, right? Like maybe they take it to the next step, the next level, and level it up. Do I want it? No, I want a 50 to 150 now. I'd rather have more range personally. I'd rather have more range. We'll see what they come out with. I don't know. Will they have something up their sleeve for this? I hope they have a 24 to 70 f2, so it goes a little wider than the 28. Maybe they'll release a 24 to 70 f2 and a 50 to 150, a 50 to 180. Maybe they'll come out with something. I mean, only they know. Only they know right now, and I'm curious what they're feeling. If they're feeling anxious or if they're like, "Oh, we got this." If it's, "Oh, we got this," I'll be happy. If it's, "Oh shit," then I'll be a little upset. So I'm going to end up wrapping it right there, guys. I know I did this one myself. In the future, I'll try to get a guest. I have someone lined up. We just couldn't get them recorded last week, and it would have been a really good episode to fill in this week with. But I do plan on getting them on, and it will still be a good episode when it does come out. So I will go to the golf course tomorrow. I will see what I come up with. I will go spend time there during the Creator Classic and go do my thing. And that's it. That's where I'll leave it. Thank you guys very much for listening. This is RAWtalk episode 148. Jared Polin, FronosPhoto.com. See ya.